England are on the brink of elimination from the World Cup, punished by some poor defending and 2 goals from a half-fit Luis Suárez, a player English fans know all too well from the Premier League. Well, Roger Blitz, our sports and leisure correspondent, joins me now. Roger, we shouldn't really be too surprised by the fact that England are on the brink of going out of the World Cup, given the lack of expectation ahead of the tournament. But what's your assessment? Where did it all go wrong again for England?
As you say, the defence was terrible, but I thought the midfield also lacked guile and craft, which is what we've seen from other teams in this tournament. I feel that we have been trying to blend a bit of experience and youth, and some of the older players are too old and some of the younger players are too young. But that's not the whole thing. The whole thing is that I thought, lacked confidence. We lacked the ability to control and be relaxed on the ball last night. And at the end of the day, the gulf between us and the other teams is just too big.
And the Uruguay player that really made the difference between the two sides with his 2 goals was, of course, Luis Suárez, a player that English fans know all too well from the Premier League. Is the fact that he sort of made his name in the English game even more galling for English supporters?
Galling, but no surprise, and everybody recognises what a great talent he is. But it's a reflection of the number of overseas players who play in the Premier League. It's something like 60% of Premier League players are from abroad. That's compared to, say, 39% in Spain and Germany. So it just gives a sense of that we have this great dilemma, which is having a very strong and successful and rich Premier League, but a weak national team. And can you have both? And it's going to be a struggle to see how you can, but I think the English FA is going to try everything it can to reach that point.
It seems like after every international tournament there'll be some kind of inquest. What went wrong? How can it be addressed? There was, of course, a recent report by the FA where the new head, Dykes, suggested that Premier League teams should have B teams effectively playing in lower league football, which was widely criticised. I mean, what's your take on this report and English football generally? Where does it go from here?
Well, I was reading the report this morning, and the things that it identified last month were crystallised in the performance. You take someone like Raheem Sterling, who's meant to be our great hope, 19 years old, but he hasn't really played that much club international football. That was his 6th England cap. And so it's a reflection of how few players there are like him with the kind of experience that you are getting at such a young age in countries like Spain and Germany. And this is a problem that we're never going to be able to tackle unless there's a much greater sense of greater competitiveness at a younger age and picking those players from that age. And I think that the issue that Dykes highlighted was that this isn't just a Premier League problem, it's going all the way through into English football, which is why he's trying to inject a bit of that competitive zeal lower down. I don't think that issue is going to be sorted. I think what we're going to see is a lot of money coming into the game in terms of grassroots facilities and in terms of coaching. Those are probably easier wins than trying to change the whole structure of English football to make it more competitive. But, you know, that's not a bad outcome.
Roger, thank you very much indeed.